All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Veteran Sim Racers Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series tonight at Talladega. Tonight's race settles the score after a 12-round battle with Seth DeMerchant pounding his way to the front in hopes of holding off Craig White, who is just 6 points behind Tracy. In the booth calling the action tonight, I'll tell you what, Tracy Flip Robinson along for the ride, Rick the Law Dog Donathan, and I'll be your host tonight. They call me the Cowboy, J.D. Webb, as Jesse James calls him. And he's most certainly is the legend, John the Bad Boy Westling, sitting behind us with his magic fingers doing the work on the cameras. And boys, we got a special announcement to make here in just a bit. But first, Tracy, let's take a look at the points and let everybody know who's who and who's where in the Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series. Starting out at the top, mentioned his name just a few minutes ago, Seth DeMerchant, up one position. He's 5,047 points, and in second position, just 6 points off of Seth is going to be Craig White, up 6 positions this week, guys, and sitting in third, up 8 positions. Ricky Jenkins, third place, running 16 points behind Seth DeMerchant here in the series. And in fifth, sitting right there in the middle, down a notch, Cecil Reen. Tell you what a season that Cecil's been having, 22 points off the lead. And Brian Barden up a position this week, boys, 6th place. Luke Ouellette up 3 positions in 7th position tonight, 32 points behind the lead. Helge Gravemeyer, the guy to watch all season long, has been up and down this week, 7 positions, guys, 8th place, 33 points behind the lead. And in 9th, up 5, Michael Howlett Jr., 33 points off the lead, tied with Helge Gravemeyer for that 8th position spot up there. Rounding out the top 10 here, Jason Inch down one notch, 40 points behind the lead. And I'll tell you what, boys, from about 6th, 7th, 8th place down here, we're going to have a heck of a race here tonight. But I'll tell you what, Tracy, we do have an exciting night planned for everybody. And as I said earlier, we had a special announcement to make this evening, and that is Viper Technologies, makers of the Viper 600 SR game seat, coming aboard as a major sponsor for ETV Live. Tonight, we're proud to introduce Jason Lawson, Director of Marketing for Viper Technologies. And Jason, I understand we've got a major prize to give away in sort of a fun way tonight.
Yeah, thanks, JD. That's absolutely right. We're real excited about being a part of ETV Live here, and what we're doing is we're not just sponsoring ETV Live. We're creating a dynamic atmosphere that makes watching and being a part of live online sim racing. Sorry about that, I'm nervous. Live online sim racing, an exciting experience. We want to give the fans something more than, their favorite driver to root for, go watch your buddy. We want to get them involved in the chat room, give them something to want to tell their friends about. So what better way to do it than to give away a bunch of free stuff? So starting off tonight, we're going to give away a 600 SR gaming chair. It's valued at more than $330. All you got to do is we'll shoot you a link down in the chat room. Make sure you're in there. And you click on the link. You go fill out the form real quick. It takes about 30 seconds. Pick your driver. And by the end of the race, we're going to, whoever picks the right driver, we're going to put you all in a pool and pull a number out of the hat, and they're going to win a free gaming chair to ship off next week. And then also throughout the race, we're going to give away 4 different prizes, $25 gift certificates, and it'll be your choice. If you want a gift certificate to iRacing, Walmart, ETV Live, their store, they got a bunch of great stuff. Or even if you want to apply it towards the purchase of ViperSR.com, you can. It's going to be a fun trivia deal. So yeah, we're real excited, trying to figure out some cool ways to get the fans involved.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, again, thank you for joining the crew here, the team, ETV Live. And I'll tell you something, we have had more activity in the chat room at the start of the race. Guys, they've been logging in since 8:30 tonight. I'll tell you what, it's like going to a concert, Rick, and waiting, being the first one in line to get that good seat.
Absolutely, in a concert, I tell you, we have got a crowd here tonight, JD. I feel like I've got the jitters and the butterflies going on. We got great sponsorship. We've got Jason here with VTech watching. We're going to have one absolutely wonderful show here, and I'm just glad to be a part of it, JD.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and get started right off the bat here. Now, you heard Jason explain how this works. The four giveaways that we're working on here, they're actually going to come out periodically, spaced throughout the race. So why don't we go ahead and announce the first one up? And you've got to get your answer in by lap 15. So we do have a little bit of time, but Jason, why don't you go ahead and throw the link up in the chat room, and they can get started on the first question. Trivia question tonight, guys, so pay attention. And they're looking for the name of the driver in sixth place in the official Veteran Sim Racer Super Speedway Series standing prior to the start of tonight's race. So there's the first one up. The link will be up in the chat room here shortly, guys. So pay attention. Get on over there and get your question answered. We'll announce the winners during the post-race show afterwards. So first one out of the box, already up there. And I'll tell you what, looking forward to having a good time here tonight, guys.
Well, I tell you what, John, indeed it is. We've got a full field here tonight, veteran sim racers, and it's going to be a remarkable show. I'm excited.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and take it on down trackside to Cactus Cutie standing by to present our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and thank you to the Cactus Cuties for a wonderful presentation of our national anthem. But let's get it all started down here on the grid here, starting those engines up, qualifying on the pole here at Talladega tonight. Craig White in that number 3 machine, outside him on the front row, Scott Hunsinger in the number 34 car.
And starting third tonight, the 92 of Jeremy Bazemore, and starting in fourth, the 02 of Ricky Jenkins.
And starting fifth, number 03, Helge Gravemeyer. And on the outside of him, in that number 6 spot, driving the number 18 machine, Brogan Lant.
Ryan Newman, the Ryan Newman in the number 12 car on the inside in 7th position. Outside him in 8th, the 27, Joe Thompson.
And starting in ninth, the 23 of Cecil Reen, and starting in 10th, the 30 of Luke Olette.
And starting 11th, number 29, Randy Johnson. And on the outside, number 00, Craig Nelson.
Robert Childress starting out in the 13th position, and the number 25 car outside him in 14th. The number 15, Mark Johnston.
And starting 15th would be the 16 of Brian Barden. And in 16th position would be the 31 of Jason Inch.
Starting 17th, number 67, Eric Motzenbacher. And starting 18th this evening, number 57, James Barnes.
In 19th to 21, Bob Ingalls on the inside. Outside him in 20th, number 68, Rick Walker.
And starting 21st would be the 28 of Jason Allison. And 22nd would be 38 of Marty Verana.
Starting 23rd, number 63, Rodney Harris. And in 24th this evening, number 2, Lee DeBarris.
Mike Costa starting in 25th position in the number 6 car. Outside him in 26th going to be Patrick Willman in the 66 machine.
And 27th would be the 69 of Timothy McFarland. And starting in 28th would be 17 of Edward Velarde.
And folks, we have in the 29th position driving the number 64 machine, Howard Lowry himself.
All right, and there's your grid for tonight. And I'll tell you what, looking for an outstanding race here tonight. We've had a great season. This is it tonight. This is round number 12, guys. Seth the Merchant sitting on the top. Craig White just 6 points off. He's starting on the pole here tonight, boys. I'll tell you what, looking for Craig to hook it up and put it together and lead us to the checkered flag. But Rick and Tracy, we've got some guests in the house, and I'll tell you what, looking for a fun night here tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, it's just be a great race out here at Talladega with VSR. These boys know how to race this track and know how to put on a great show. We guarantee we're going to see a little three-wide racing and some really strong battles out there.
Absolutely. Pace car pulling off, going down pit road. And I'll tell you what, Flagman up there, he's got it up, he's got it out, getting ready to wave as he gets the finger to the pole sitter up here. HD Radio Network in the house. Race is being simulcast here tonight as the green flag comes out, and we are racing at Talladega Super Speedway, the Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series, round number 12.
Accident right off the bat, guys. Got a big accident, right off the bat.
All right, then first caution coming out here, guys, and I'm not even sure where to even look to even find out what caused it all. So best I can do is try to pick one of the victims out here and roll it backwards and see if we can't find out who it was that started all this. But
JD, I'm taking a look right here, and it looked like the number 02 of Ricky Jenkins may have had a blowout on that front right that started a chain reaction there.
Ooh, starting up in the front here and taking a second look. Looks like, well, you know, he might have had some help here. But, John, we got pulled up on the E-Play machine?
Yeah, see if I can pull this back, guys. And I think you might have seen him blow up. I don't know if he forgot to shift gears. Wow, he just like stopped in the track, guys, and everybody ran him over. Oh, there's a lot of cars. The 21's involved, guys. There's just cars everywhere. The 66, it looks like. Bad start.
Yeah, it is a bad start. I'll tell you what, unlike something we've seen here before, and, you know, I'm looking at this thing in slow motion, guys, and it absolutely looks like the right rear tire just exploded from the get-go here. So, first caution coming out here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway, the Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series, and Ricky Jenkins bringing this one out. So, tell you, it looks like, I hope this isn't the sign of a tough night tonight, guys.
Yeah, most definitely. Tell you, to me, that is more of a freak incident there, JD. Having the guy out front like that just on a start and then have something like that go on, especially way out in front of everybody, very odd to happen out there on the track.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Now, I'm going to tell you. I was looking at the leaderboard here with the points. Now, last week, Ricky Jenkins is up 8 points. Ricky Jenkins has been strong so far this season, and we're early in the race and got, well, you might as well say we've got about 82 more laps left to go. He's got plenty enough time to get back in this race and put that machine back up front.
Hey, guys, I'm watching Mike Costa there in the 6 car. Lots of damage. He's driving down to go into pit road. His car is almost driving sideways. It's crabbed out so far from that damage. I don't think he could make a right-hand turn if he had to, guys.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and make another announcement here. The other prize, the top prize we're giving out tonight, I'll tell you what, one of these gaming seats from Viper Technologies, and you got to check them out, vipersr.com. Take a look at the seat over there and get a good look. The one we're giving away tonight, the link, I believe, is up in the chat room. Click on that link. And I believe you're supposed to put in the car number of the driver you think is going to win the race here tonight. So I'll tell you what, the link is out there. We're ready to launch that one. So click on the link, get on over there, get your answer put in there, and then we will make the announcement during the post-race ceremonies here at Talladega. First caution coming out here right from the get-go, guys. Ricky Jenkins blowing a tire right here on the lead lap. So tell you what, tough night for a lot of these guys to start out. But Tracy, let's take them all the way back to the beginning here. When we first started broadcasting for veteran sim racers, what a group of guys these guys have turned out to be. But I can recall the very first race, 30 laps or more, 3 wide, and I tell you what a incredible race that was.
Yeah, you've seen these guys run lap after lap, 3 wide. Look like about 6 rows deep. Those guys are just hanging it out there like that, and nobody got at each other. They were running pretty clean, a little bumping, but I tell you, did a great job. These guys will still stick it 3 wide, and they have to. Just like I said, an unfortunate event here at the beginning, but they'll put on a great race for us tonight, and you'll see a lot of guys racing hard on the high line and low line to take the lead tonight.
You bet, and I'll tell you what, again, once again, we'll let everybody know the major announcement for ETV Live today. Viper Technologies coming aboard with ETV Live, major sponsor, and again, Jason Lawson in the booth with us tonight, and the big giveaway, guys, so the link is up there in the chat room. You have to be logged into the chat room. Now here's the deal, I know that chat room seems to reset itself every now and again, but hey, just keep on coming back. We're not going anywhere, and of course the link it will be put up there throughout the race. So click on that link, pick out your driver that you think is going to win tonight, and let us know. But in the meantime, the first trivia question that came out: what's the name of the driver in 6th place in the official Veteran Sim Racers Super Speedway Series standings prior to the start of the race tonight? I believe that link is already up there as well. You need to get your answer in there by lap 15 because we will shut her down on lap 16, and we'll announce the winners of that one. So those 4 questions will be announced, we'll be asking here throughout the race, and again, the announcements will come during the post-race show. So I'll tell you what, Craig White still hanging out in the front here, Scott Hussinger, Jeremy Bazemore, Ricky Jenkins, and of course, Ricky Jenkins in big trouble from the get-go, but Helge Gravemeyer, the car to watch for most of the season here, guys. He's had kind of an up-and-down season, and but Helge's up in the top 5 here. Brogan Launt maintaining a top 5 position here, too. So I'll tell you what, I think the lights are still on the pace car here, guys, so I believe we're probably going to get one more to go here, Tracy and Rick, and then we should be set to go.
Yeah, I tell you, we should have a lot better start this time, JD. These guys will get going around. Like I said, that was an odd freak accident happened up front. But these guys will get all back together, get ready to go, tighten them seatbelts, and we'll get a nice clean restart this time and get these cars going, Rick.
Absolutely, Tracy. And speaking about the caution lap and the cautions lights still on the pace car, JD, want to make a few comments on that. Those guys in the pits right now, they're loving that because they're able to beat out them fenders, work on those cars a whole lot, and not get put down so many laps so quickly. So that's a big help for them, and it allows them to get that car get a little extra dents knocked out, so that way they can come back and be more competitive and be still in this race.
You bet. And, looking over here in the chat room, of course, it wouldn't be like us not to be fan interactive tonight, but I'll tell you what, the list is growing. I've never seen so many people logged into the ETV Live chat room here on the live broadcast. Too many to mention. I'll start out with a few of them. Frankie Samanto's in the house, Ben Rothberg. I'm just going randomly down the list here. Casey Malone, Case Brinksma, Dennis C. Dawkey, Ed Wilson in the house, and I tell you what, Gabriel Betchold, Greg Smith. Of course, we know who Greg Smith is. He's sitting right beside us up here. Jay Bunn in the house tonight. James Smith, and I tell you, just the list just goes on and on and on and on and on. And I tell you what, having a good time here on ETV Live. No better place to watch it than right here at ETV Live. It's the only choice, Cowboy. So I tell you what, set for, I believe it's 80 laps on the books here tonight. Caution coming out here on lap 1. Ricky Jenkins having a blown tire. And, of course, that kind of piled them up behind him. But I tell you what, HD Radio Network simulcasting the race tonight. So I tell you what, if you're stuck at work, get your cell phone and get the HD Radio Network little app that goes along with it, and you can listen right along with us.
Yeah, JD, tell you I enjoy listening to HD Radio. Of course, they play my headbanging music I like, and also some regular hard and classic rock. I don't know how they do it on your country station, JD.
You know what? They told me in order to play country music, I had to submit a request.
Is that like a call-in show?
Yeah, but the kind of country music I like to listen to, most of them are dead, and they only came out on 45, so I'm not sure this is going to work, guys. All right, back out here on the track. Craig White going to pick that green flag up one more time out here. He's got Hunsinger up on the outside, Jeremy Bazemore, Gravemeyer, Brogan Lott making up your top 5 on the restart here as the green flag comes out, and we're back to racing at Talladega.
Yeah, as they get started out here, JD, a lot better restart this time. Not too sure who's going to win the drag race up front, as those guys are now side by side, and they have cars right glued to their back bumper. So a great drag race down the backstretch with our top 2 cars, JD. Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, these boys can certainly get the job done. That was just a little mishap back there on lap 1, but getting 3 wide already back here, Tracy.
Yeah, I've seen a car come up them center, JD. As we listen to knowing NASCAR, the center in between 2 cars is usually called the sucker hole, but he made a great move, was able to actually gain a spot and move down to the bottom line, and that was number 12 car, Ryan Newman. Great move.
All right, and once again, want to remind the fans out there, if you haven't got in there, you've got just about 5 or 6 more laps to go here. The first question, trivia question, the link up there in the chat room, get in there and get your answer submitted. We will close it down on lap 15, and that'll be the end of it, and then we'll announce question 2. So first trivia question out for a $25 gift certificate of your choice. Get in there and get your answers in before lap 15. 7 laps in the books here at Talladega, boys. I'll tell you what, back here in about, from about 20 or 16th position, Robert Childress, the second back here, is pretty much kind of getting single file for quite a ways back here, of course. So we've got a number of damaged cars that looks like we may be off the pace here a little bit. But I tell you what, out here in front, Jeremy Bazemore and Craig White holding their own up here. Now this is the 2-car tango. Should start working here just shortly with these guys, Rick.
Yeah, JD, we got a slow car on the track. 57, not too sure what happened to him. Sorry, Rick, I jumped in there. Everybody had to split him, jump down to the apron. Guys went all around him. 57, really slow on the track, guys.
Absolutely, and Tracy, thanks for picking that up there. But, you know, JD, what I was going to say was, what we're going to be watching today, right now, Jeremy Bazemore is right on the back bumper of Craig White, and before too long, you're going to see them 2 switch places as Jeremy goes way out wide, running that top line up there, and falls back a couple positions there. Don't know what happened there, but as you can see, it looks like Cecil Ring is going to run right up and behind Craig White, and need to see what's going on with that Jeremy Bazemore.
You bet. And Brian Barden running in 7th position up here, guys. I'll tell you what, he just blasted his way up towards the front, and or rather the 2-car of Lee DeBarris up here, guys, and running in 4th, blasted his way up front. He's got Brian Barden as a dancing partner up here as we're getting 3 wide, Tracy.
Yeah, I tell you, the guys went through corners 1 and 2, 3 wide. We had 2 cars stuck up on the outside. One was the 18 of Brogan Lott, I do believe in, I think it was 12 or plus trying to figure out what car it is. Could have been Jeremy Bazemore up there with them, guys.
Yeah, I think what might be happening here, Tracy, is I think some of these more damaged cars that started up here in front are starting to feel the ill pains of that damage and starting to back down here just a little bit. I'm sure body damage upset the aero on a couple of these machines, so it doesn't it doesn't fare too well if you can't hang out there. But they may be pulling up and getting out of the way and let the boys come down on the inside in that center lane there. But I'll tell you what, they're still duking it out up here. Jeremy Bazemore dropping back to 15th position back here, guys, and after starting out there in front.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, JD, I was just watching there for a few minutes, and it looks like Lee DeVries and Brian Barden is really teamed up, and the two running behind them, Ryan Newman and Craig Nelson, they all four got together there and just passed Craig White on that lap earlier as if he was just sitting still. So don't know if there was a communication problem there or not on who's teaming up with who, but Lee DeVries right now is your leader.
Yeah, these guys have got settled down. We got some nice running going on out here. Got one car running high, a couple of them trying to work that high line. Matter of fact, for the lead, we got a car higher right now, all by himself, JD, running side by side with the leader, and that's that 16 of Brian Barden doing a great job on the outside by himself. Was able to stay right next to the two car quite a ways, and now the pack has caught him again.
You bet. As Brian Barden moves up to the outside, 21 on the inside. That's Bob Ingles in 7th position, guys, moving towards the front here. I'll tell you what, these guys are searching around looking for a dancing partner. And I got a funny feeling that, the dancing partners they might have had during practice, it might have been a couple of those guys that got caught up in that first caution on lap 1, guys. So I'll tell you what, deals are being made as we watch here. The two-car tango should start breaking apart here just shortly. 12 laps in the books, guys. I'll tell you what, we've got just 3 more laps, and we're going to be closing down that trivia question. So get in there and get your answer in as soon as possible. As we're going 3 wide up here in the front, Tracy. Craig Nelson on the bottom, 25 car, 29, and the 23 up there on the top.
Yeah, and Helge Gravemeyer's a leader in that top line, right next to the 25 car, doing a great job. Oh, we got a big spin, guys. Big crash. Front leaders. Top 3 cars all cut in this crash. More cars crashing. We've got at least 10 cars, I believe, into this, JD.
Holy cow! This is boy, what an upset for tonight. Looks like the 2 car might have had something to do with that. I'm rolling it back here, taking a second look on my monitor here. Oh, looks like the 25 and the 29 car might have got into it and just caught the tail end. Looks like the right rear panel of the 2 car, guys, and knocked him for a loop.
Yeah, JD, looks like, as we've been watching, he got off onto that left side of the quarter panel. John, I'm sure you've got a better picture to show it than I can explain it.
Let's see what happened here. They're 3 wide, and this is where the trouble always starts here, guys. That middle line gets a little wobbly, and it looks like it's just going to be a bad bump draft, guys. And this is going to loop a lot of cars. I mean, there's 15, 20 cars involved in this one, guys. This is definitely going to take the hunt for that race seat. Make it very tricky tonight, guys.
I tell you what, this is racing that we have not seen before here, guys. This is quite unusual for this group, and usually we get out of here with maybe a couple of cautions, Tracy and Rick. But I tell you what, I wonder if that seat did have something to do with it.
I'm going to tell you what, JD. Like you said, we're seeing things we've never seen before. But I'm going to tell you what, there's things on the line tonight that these guys have never had on the line. And I'm going to tell you, sit back in that seat with that rumble up underneath your seat and them nice speakers that they got over there at VTech with these machines. If I was on the track, I'd take everybody out just to get that thing.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, what a night we're having here at Talladega Super Speedway. But, Tracy, this is going to bring pretty much everybody down pit road for sure.
Oh, yeah, everybody's heading pit road, getting some fresh fuel and tires. A lot of cars coming down, getting damage repair. See what kind of car they'll have coming back out. A lot of bare bond, bats, hammers, sawzalls. everything's out there, JD. Everybody's working on these cars, trying to get them back out.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, lap 15 coming up quickly. I believe we'll probably be under caution when it does come out, but we'll be closing down the that first trivia question. So caution number 2 coming out here in early in the race here. So why don't we go ahead and step away? We're going to take our first commercial break of the night. You're watching live, ETV Live, cowboy. It's the only choice. The veteran sim racers Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series at Talladega. Don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's no big deal, man. You ain't hurt my feelings. I get it. It's all the same. Sitting here rattling my fingers off.
Dig. Hard as you can go all the way to the wall, dig. Back to speed. Tires looked awesome too, bud. And then there at the end, you were mowing down those guys pretty quick.
All right, guys, bearing down on your 20, hard and fast.
You've been doing an awesome job. Get us one tonight.
These cars pulled up. Flag, green flag.
All right, and we are back live, Talladega Super Speedway, and working caution number 2 here, guys. And this is lap 15. As soon as the pace car comes back around here just shortly, we're going to shut that first question down, and we'll tally up the answers that everybody posted, and we'll let you know during the post-race show who gets to claim that first prize. So question number 1 is in the books. Get set for question number 2. We'll have that one out here momentarily. But boys out here on the track, Craig White, looks like he might have gotten caught up in some of that damage. Still sitting down here on pit road here. Of course, starting out on the pole here tonight. So Craig White may be in trouble here tonight. Move Bob Engels up to the front. Qualified 19th here, guys. James Barn in second position. In third is going to be Eric Matzenbacher, Jason Allison, and fourth, Timothy McFarland, rounding up your top 5 here, boys. So I'll tell you what, doesn't look like a good night for a few of these guys, Tracy.
Yeah, Helge Gravemeyer, tell you what, is almost a king of restrictor plate here at VSR. Had to push that truck up on the hauler, guys. Way too much damage for them guys to fix. Helge Gravemeyer is now out of the race.
Wow, that's unbelievable. I'll tell you what, Helge Gravemeyer and Craig White, if those two were able to get hooked up, they would have left the rest of this field in the dust for sure. But that's pretty devastating news to hear. Helge Gravemeyer, I'll tell you what, hats off to that guy. You know, he's had an up and down season. He's been to the top, been to the bottom, and but he perseveres. and that's a good thing. You know, we always look forward to watching Helge out here at Talladega. But guys, the second question is already out there and posted up, I believe, and that second question is: Bill Elliott established the world stock car speed record at Talladega Speedway right here while qualifying for the Winston 500 at 212 miles an hour. What year was that anyway? So get on over there, click on that link, answer the question over there, and try your luck at winning the second gift, $25 gift card of your choice here on ETV Live. Thanks to Viper Technologies. And I'll tell you what, vipersr.com. You want to get over there and check out that game seat. It's not called a race seat or a play seat or anything like that. It's an actual game seat, and good for pretty much any kind of games that you have. But I understand it's got the latest in technology. Under the seat, you can actually feel the cannon hit the boats and the mines, and those of you that play the battle type games and whatnot, and especially the racing games, you can feel the turns and the wall hits and everything else. Bob Engel is going to pick up the green flag this time, boys. James Barnes up on the outside as we get to rolling one more time here at Talladega.
Yeah, looks like a clean start out there, JD. Two cars in the bottom getting hooked together. The car, Jason Itch there on the outside fighting by himself, looking for some help to get up to him and may possibly give him a push, guys.
You bet. Still waiting for this two-car tandem to hook up and get started as Jason Inch here in the sixth position, car number 31, Caterpillar Chevrolet here. Almost looking for an outside run here on the outside. Couldn't make it happen. I think he thought better of that three-wide situation with the 57 of James Barnes up here in front. But tell you what, I imagine these guys are a little bit jittery coming off that caution that pretty much wiped out more than half the field, Tracy. So I imagine we'll probably see a little bit of confidence rebuilding here take place in a few laps.
Yeah, I was telling you, JD, I was looking back to see how far the damage goes back in our group of cars and how it's affecting it. It looks like we can go all the way back to right around 11th spot to 12 is about your back marker for damaged cars left. But in our lead draft, we have only 10 cars up there within a second of the leader, guys.
You bet. Ryan Newman back here in 11th position. I'll tell you what, Ryan Newman usually does pretty well here at Talladega, but significant aero damage to that machine of his. So I don't know that Ryan is going to be able to get it anywhere as they just go cycling past him. But I'll tell you what, Ryan Newman, he's had a pretty decent season here as well, you know, and unfortunate to see him with that much damage. Of course, behind him, Harold Lowry in that number 64 machine. And always like to give a shout out to Harold Lowry. It's a sponsor for the Super Speedway Series here, veteran sim racers. And a big thank you for everything that he has done for the league and for the series. So we always like to mention his name too, and he's in that number 64 VSR car, guys.
Tell you what, JD, they're working on splitting up into the two-car pack. You got the 67 of Eric Motzenbacher and James Barnes trying to work together, get around this track. And also you got the 31 of Jason Inch and the 21 of Bob Engels working, trying to get cars hooked up and going together. And our third group is 69 of Timothy McFarland and the 15 of Mark Johnson. You got three pairings right there trying to get that to work.
You bet. Jason Inch, he's down a position this week, guys, and he's in the 10th position overall on the points here. So this could be a deciding night for him as well. At least maybe get another couple, one or two positions here before the season ends. But let's go back to the 2x2 stuff. And of course, here recently, iRacing made a change to the track, to the tire models, and to some other technical things involved in racing here. And just like you see on TV, the two-car tango, it actually works here. You get hooked up in a two-car tandem, and you can pretty much outpace the field 3 and 4 cars deep. So I'll tell you what, it usually takes a couple of laps for these guys to get that started, but it looks like it might with the 69 up on the top side up here, and also the 15 of Mark Johnson in 6th position. So I'll tell you what, if those two cars can get it hooked up and stay together, Tracy and Rick, they might be on their way to the front.
You know, JD, I'm watching a couple cars here in the back. One's actually a lap-down car, and that's a 68 and 18 spot of Rick Walker. Look at that car go around the track. He's actually still, one of the terms is doglegging. His car rear end is actually pitched out to the right side, and he's able to hang with this lead pack, guys.
I tell you what, you know, it's that's pretty amazing watching him be able to manhandle that machine out there and keep it headed in the right direction. I believe Jesse James calls that crab walking on Sunday night.
Yeah, I tell you, the terminology I've always been told is it's like a dog leg. When dog legging, you see your dog kind of trotting, its rear end is always to the side.
You bet. Marty Verana in 21st position, coming out of the pits, getting back up on the track. Severe damage to that number 38 machine. Now, what Marty Verana, we've seen him before out here at Talladega. Remember, he's usually the first one to lead the pack up on the outside into a 3-wide situation. Usually does a pretty decent job with it, but I tell you what, not tonight, guys. As Marty Verana in 6 laps down here in that 38 machine, just heavy damage to that machine, and he'll just be lucky to collect a checkered flag at the end of the race.
Yeah, I know, and JD, I was just catching some radio traffic there a little earlier, and I believe I heard one of the drivers out there. The top 8 up here seem to have it together now. They riding one behind another. They seem to have gotten paired up with each other here, and they're just riding laps out and thinking about that chair tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, taking one more look over here in the chat room. Of course, we are fan interactive, and going down the list again here. I'm going to start from the bottom and work up here a little bit. Wendell James in the house, and looks like Steve Conway, Speedy, whoever you are. Rick Savage hanging out in the chat room over there. Hope you guys are having a good time here. Paul D. Coleman along for the ride. And I believe I've seen my buddy Danny Gabaldon in the house over there as well. Good to see you all along. And I tell you what, Danny Gabaldon, a big ETV Live fan. Usually see him here on a weekly basis. But looks like the Enough Word boys joining us tonight. Steve Mahana in the house. So all those guys over there with the NW in front of their names. Mechanical Arm. Of course, that's Danny Gabaldon. But a whole host of people joining us over there. Good evening, boys. Hope you're enjoying the show. And, of course, the big announcement tonight is Viper Technologies getting on board with the ETV Live, and tonight we're giving away the big one. Many more to come in the weeks ahead, but tonight you pick the driver you think is going to win the race by lap 70, and it could be yours. And I'll tell you what, random drawing at the end of the race will announce the winner during the post-race show. So,
JD, I got some good news and I got some bad news for you.
How about, well, I generally like the bad news first, so.
Well, I'm going to tell you the bad news. I was taking a look at the chat room a little earlier. Mama D put out, she didn't bring any of those favorite ribs that you like for the buffet table. But she said that considering that we've got all of these people here watching tonight, she brought a truckload of cold beer.
That works for me.
So, pass them out, folks, and let's sit back and have a good time here.
Mama D in the house, and I believe I saw David Bass in the house there as well. Mama D, she's the head dragon over there at RacingNation.net. I'll tell you what, she's got her team of little dragons all the way up to the front. They're leading the pack over there in the Wednesday night team racing series. Some awesome racing happening over there at RacingNation.net. And always glad to have Mama D along for the ride. Of course, she's always in the house, but as always. But I'll tell you what, fan interactive, a lot of people lining up tonight, about 8:30 or so, guys, to get in the chat room, have a shot at the freebies here tonight. And, of course, lap 24, we've got 6 more laps to go. Second question is out there. And the question is, Bill Elliott established the world stock car speed record, 212 miles an hour right here in Talladega. But what year did that take place? So if you think you know the answer, click on the link, get on over there, and see if you can answer the question. I believe it's multiple choice. So, hey, take your best shot, cowboy, and we'll announce the winners at the end of the race. In the meantime, out here on the track, Brogan Lant coming down in the pits here, guys. You know, he's looks like he might be in trouble. Brogan Lant in that number 18 machine for the Patriots. So we'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah,
in the meantime,
JD, on the outside, JD, the 69 of Timothy McFarland with a little help from that 15 of Mark Johnson, just trying to make a move on that outside, try to get up there and challenge the 67 of Eric Motzenbacher, 57 of James Barnes. Them guys are out there doing a great job, and I have a feeling I know who those two drivers are, JD. I used to race with them in a league, and I know those two vehicles right there will stay together, 57 and 67, all day long and try to get this win.
You bet. Watching Timothy McFarland and Scott Hunsinger up there on the outside trying to get it hooked up and get that duo working and try to get those machines move forward. But it looks like the 34 car, Scott Hunsinger's got a little bit of damage back there on the back end. Almost looks like the spoiler might be a little bit out of place. I'm not quite sure. My angle doesn't really show a whole lot, but I'll tell you what, the 34 car and the 69 car working on the outside up here in the front, trying to hook it up and move it forward. And I believe we've got a lap down car coming up on us right in front of the leaders, guys.
Yeah, I tell you, that's that 68 car, I believe, JD. It's lap down, cars out there crabbing, driver doing a fabulous job to stay up there right in that lucky dog position. I mean, he could get an actual good finish, get back on the lead lap, and you know, hook up with these lead cars that are still pretty clean and pretty straight. You can get a decent finish and stay up there as a group.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, you want to watch this one again? Well, you can. etv-eplay.net. I'll tell you what, cowboy, that's the only place. And there's a ton of them over there. And if you've got a rainy Saturday, Sunday afternoon coming your way, I'll tell you what, corn dogs and Coronas, dude, have yourself an ETV party, and you can burn them off onto a DVD if you like, and pass them out to your friends and neighbors, your in-laws, your outlaws. Like I said, ETV party, etv-eplay.net. I'll tell you what, guys, it's pretty much a single file. Hunsinger and Inch up here in the front. Hunsinger and McFarland decided to give it up here a little bit, but it looks like they're trying to get a little bit of a slingshot effort coming off the turns up here. But 34 car up on the high side is Timothy McFarland. 69 car goes motoring past.
Yeah, JD, I tell you, I've never seen cars up there make such drastic movement that we've been watching with the 34 car, 69-15, darting in and out. Rick, have you seen that much and that fast a movement before here at Talladega?
Absolutely not, Tracy. But I tell you what, there's a lot on the line tonight, so you're going to see some guys with this pounding down to about the last race of the season for these guys in these cars here. You're going to see them take a little bit more of a chance here and there than they would earlier in the season. But tell you what, Eric Motzenbacher and James Barnes looking good up there in the front, working together very good, jumping back and forth, making sure those cars don't get overheated too much. And Jason Inch is sitting back and watching. So got a lot of patience running up front right now, so we may see a long green flag here.
You bet. I'll tell you what, boys, lap 30 has come and gone, so question number 2, we're done for the day for that one, so get ready for question number 3 coming out, and we'll have that posted up here just shortly. So in the meantime, back out here on the track, guys, we've got looks like about a half a dozen so cars pretty much in the lead up here, all the way back to Scott Hunsinger in 7th position in that 43 car, and then another I'm going to say about another 11 seconds or so behind him is going to be the 64 car of Harold Lowry in 8th, and then Patrick Woolman in 9th position back here. So we've got kind of a two-pack deal going here. But the slower group back here behind Lowry, I think were probably the guys that were most heavily damaged in that last caution.
Yeah, I'm looking up front there, JD, and I got a question from Jay Bunn down there is asking me if those two of the guys that we used to race with leading up there in the front. And yes, that is. That's Eric Mott, as we like to call him, Jay Bunn. And that is Rusty, I do believe, pushing him in that 57 car.
You bet. I'll tell you what, it's time again. Question number 3. All right, just take you back to the movie theater. In the movie Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby had 2 sons. Their names were Walker and, gosh, I just can't remember the name of the other one. So I'll tell you what, we'll get the link up there in just a moment. And that'll be question number 3. You need to get it answered by lap 45. So I'll tell you what, in the movie Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby had 2 sons. Get over there, get on that link, get your answer in. We'll announce the winners during the post-race show here at the Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series. But guys, meantime, not a whole lot of action happening out here on the track. And once again, I want to bring Jason Lawson up and adjust his microphone there a little bit, guys, if you would, so he can talk to us. But Jason in the house tonight, along with Greg Smith. They're from Viper Technologies out here. Of course, the big giveaway, guys, is that Viper 600 SRC. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I can try. Can you hear me good?
You bet.
Yeah, sitting here working this contest real hard, making sure everything keeps flowing. Man, we're getting some great responses. What we're doing right now, along with the sponsorship with ETV, is, like I said before, we're trying to figure out a way to get the fans more involved, and in celebration of the race season started. You know, I love football, and you know, I had a whole lot of it, and I'm ready for some racing. And so we dropped the 600 SR, knowing that we were going to campaign and go towards the sim racing community. We really want to get their feedback so that we can really fine-tune this product to be the best that it can be. And we put it down pretty much at cost, $289, and you get a sim rig that not only gives you force feedback similar to, pretty much like if, and I've had butt kicker LFE, if you put 2 of those on your rig and cranked it up, that's what this thing's got in it. Virtual surround sound, front and rear sound, memory foam style cushion in the seating. It's not going to have bars or anything in your back like some of the cheap aftermarket sports seats that these rigs come with. Lightweight aluminum, 1-year warranty, and it's affordable, man. I mean, anybody can put this thing together, and it's fun to just sit in and play any game in, not let alone, you know, do all your racing in it. So we're excited to get it out there, especially with ETV Live.
I'll tell you what, I don't do much racing anymore, but I could probably mount my television set on it. That'd be a heck of a play seat to watch TV and load up one of your favorite battle movies and wire that puppy up to the sound. So I'll tell you what, that sounds awesome, guys. And I'll tell you what, we'll put the link out there for them. Go check it out, vipersr.com. And I'll tell you, you know, that's probably the best thing that's come along in a long time for these sim racers, for sure, Tracy.
Yeah, I tell you what, I looked at the pictures of that seat. Beautiful, very sleek design. I mean, with the round tubing and the way it's welded and put together, it's a really nice looking whole complete setup. Tell you what, the price is definitely very affordable for what you're getting there when you compare the prices of other seats, and very high quality looking piece of equipment there. I'm very impressed.
You bet. So I'll tell you what, get on over there, vipersr.com, check it on out. And I'll tell you, back out here on the track, Eric Matzenbacher still has the lead out here in the front in a 67 machine. He's got James Barnes in behind him helping to push. But in behind him, we've got kind of a 4 or 5 car pack here running, guys. So I'm not seeing that 2-car tango here a little bit. I think maybe a little bit skittish about stepping out. 35 laps in the books here at Talladega. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a quick commercial break. Hey, you're watching live, cowboy, ETV Live, Talladega Super Speedway, the Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series. So don't wander off. We'll be right back.
hard as you can go all the way to the wall, dig, 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 back to speed. Tires look awesome too, bud, and there at the end you were mowing down those guys pretty quick.
Alright, guys, bearing down on your 20, hard and fast.
You've been doing an awesome job. Get us one tonight.
Main turn pulled up. Flag, green flag.
All right, we are back live, ETV Live Talladega Super Speedway, and this is the Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series. Well, that's about a mouthful. Veteran sim racers, and I'll tell you what, worked out a couple of cautions early, but it did significant damage to a number of vehicles out here, boys. In the meantime, out here in front, the 68 machine of Rick Walker being shown in 14th position, trying to get it hooked up here. He's got a dancing partner, the 34 of Scott Hunsinger, in 3rd position, so looks like getting a little bit of help here. But I tell you what, looking over here in the chat room, I see Mrs. ETV Robinson. I wonder who that is.
So JD,
Your wife don't find out, Tracy Robinson.
she doesn't know what I do for a side job, so keep it down, guys.
All right. All right, lap 40. That's it. Actually, no, lap 40. We got 5 more laps to go here. And question number 3, that has to do with the movie Talladega Nights and the names of the 2 sons here. But I'll tell you what, 40 laps in the books. We are at almost the halfway point here. Scheduled, looks like, for 85 laps here tonight at Talladega. So, and it sounds like leaders are coming into pit.
Yeah, JD, it looks like Scott Hunsinger, the 67 of Eric Motzenbacher, and riding behind him, James Barnes, both came into the pits. Looks like they got a set of tires and got fueled up and getting back out on the track. So here it looks like lap 42, coming out of the pits at this time, fresh tires and fuel.
All right, and I'll tell you what. Kind of a shake-up here at the beginning of the race here, guys. As we mentioned, a couple of cautions, very significant ones. Took quite a few cars out, put them a lot of laps down. First one lap down is going to be that 25 machine back here in 12th position. He's got pretty well tore up on the back end. He's 1 lap down, so if the lucky dog were to come out, he would be the first one to take advantage of it, but I don't know that that would really do him any good. Significant damage to the left rear quarter panel of that machine. And I'll tell you, Tracy, you know, super speedways, draft, that means a perfect aerodynamically shaped car, and unfortunately a lot of these guys are giving it up because of the damage done.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys out there pretty much just running around and seeing what best place they can get. Like I said, I'm still impressed with that 68 car. He's up there running, hanging out in the front, giving that 34 car of Scott Hunsinger, and if anything, some help, leading him around. We're looking at a damaged car, the 68, in front of this group, guys. Unbelievable. He's keeping that car running that fast. So obviously his nose was clean. Just had his rear end out of place.
You bet, and he's just barely managing to keep up there, and I believe Jason Inch taking advantage of that draft situation up here. Now, moving back here third position, the 69 car, Timothy McFarland, getting almost out of shape here a little bit, but Timothy McFarland, Mark Johnson, back here trying to get something going here. I don't see that two-car tango working quite yet, so they may be saving it until the end of the race, so we'll be looking for that. And here it is, lap 45, so I'll tell you what, question number 3, shut her down, and we'll tally up the results, and we'll announce the winners during the post-race show for that $25 gift certificate, courtesy of Viper Technologies. And we'll get ready for question number 4 here. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little hint for question number 4. You gotta be an ETV Live fan for this next one. So we'll announce that one here just shortly.
I mean, I can play.
Yeah, me.
Nah,
me.
I think I think employees, their children, their in-laws, their outlaws are all prohibited from participating in the giveaways, I believe.
Well, dang, I just took all my answers and put them on paper and gave them to Jason. I was hoping to get one of those seats.
I tell you what, I'm sure that if we talk long and hard enough, we might be able to get an employee discount.
Hey, JD, and one thing I'm noticing out here, we had Eric Motzenbacher and James Barnes, 67 and 57 there. They stopped, hit pit road. They're actually running faster than our leaders. I mean, following a damaged car in front of you. So when the rest of these cars hit pit road, you're going to put that 67, 57 going to possibly have a several second lead when this is all done.
Bet, I'll tell you what, Bob Engels, who picked up the green flag on that last restart, trying it up on the outside, couldn't hook it up. I believe he's giving it a shot. He's getting a pretty good side draft, but he doesn't have any help. So 21 machine up here in second position. Jason Inch just doesn't have enough. Looks like the 69 car coming up behind him here, trying to help. But I'll tell you what, we'll keep an eye on that and see if they can't hook it up. In the meantime, they do got to have a lap car in front of them. It's going to be 3 wide as that lap car, I can't see who it is, stays up there on the top. This is always danger zone right here as he's way off the pace. It's going to be the 00 car up there of Craig Nelson, but safely make it by. 69 car threatening a 3 wide here up alongside the 21, Tracy.
Yeah, I tell you, the 69, putting her out there, giving it a try, that's when we have the big trouble, JD. We've had a race where we've had the cars coming through corner 1 and 2, 3 wide, and then have a slow car up on that high lane, nowhere to go. They tried to make it 4 wide, didn't work out, had disaster. So good to see those cars get by that slow group. But I'm still thinking that 34 really needs to get around that 68 car, as Motzenbacher and Barnes, who pitted already, are really chopping into their time. They were actually 41 seconds behind here not too long ago. They have cut that down right now, JD, to 34 seconds. They've taken 7 seconds off that time already.
All right, and I'll tell you what, we've been here and done that before. The 2-car tango, it works big time, and you can actually close the distance quite rapidly, just 2 cars alone against 3 or 4 in a pack, so we'll keep an eye on that. Question number 4, and we'll give you a couple of extra laps here. Jesse James broadcast the Thursday Night Thunder and the Road to the Pro Series right here live on ETV Live. Hey, what's his nickname? Now you got until, we'll give you to, let's say, lap 65 to get that one answered here, as Jason puts the link up in the chat room. Hey, take your shot. It's a $25 gift certificate to, hey, your choice. So see if you can answer the question. Jesse James and the Thursday Night Thunder and the Road to the Pro. What's his nickname here at ETV Live?
If anybody private messages me on the chat room, I'll give them the answer. I know that one, JD.
Oh, come on now. John, if you say it really quiet, can you tell me? Oh, it looks like we got our second group heading down pit road there, JD. The 34, 31, and the lap car 68 and the 15, all hitting pit road. That's Scott Hunsinger, Jason Inch, and Mark Johnson, all down pit road, guys.
All right, 50 laps in the books here at Talladega, and the leader's coming down pit road, so we'll keep an eye on that situation. Remember, we were watching Scott Hunsinger, or Eric Motzenbacher, and I believe it was James Barnes teaming up out here. We're running a 2x2 as they're making the exchange here. They do have to make the exchange. As one car gets heated up, they got to come around, pass each other, and then take up that two-car tango again. But we've got a number of them coming down pit road there, Tracy.
Yeah, we have some more cars hitting pit road. The 30 of Luke Olette hitting pit road. He was running with a 6 car who continued on of Mike Costa. So you got the 30 hitting pit road, getting fresh fuel, and taking 2 tires out there, guys. You're going to get back out on the track. We get a few laps here, and we'll see how this all comes out as far as who's our leader when pit stops are all done.
You bet. I'm still keeping an eye on Motzenbacher and Barnes back here, boys. And I'll tell you what, here's how it works. 2-car tango is significantly faster than the 3 or 4 car pack that we've been used to seeing. But here's the deal. You can only run that way for 3 or 4 laps, and then the car in the back has to come around, get into that clean air, cool that engine off, take a position up in front, and then go for another 3 or 4 laps. And they have to keep doing that exchange so that they won't blow those motors up in those Chevrolets. But I'll tell you what, looks like Eric Motzenbacher giving the bump to James Barnes up here, just trying to keep it flowing up here. James Barnes and Motzenbacher looking to move back up towards the front, guys.
Yeah, JD, right now we had Harold Laurie. He's out there leading our race, our title sponsor, and followed by the 66 of Patrick Williams. These 2 cars are actually hitting the pit road, but got out there, led a couple laps, and it looks like right now, unless the 57 of James Barnes and Eric Motzenbacher should be taking the lead here shortly. The only car we got to check for pitting is Patrick Williams, but I do believe he has pitted. And now James Barnes, Eric Motzenbacher are now the leaders, guys.
And I was taking a look back here, JD. It looks like the number 34 of Scott Hunsinger looks like he's running 3rd place right now. In behind him, Rick Walker, both driving the Oreo cars is what I'm looking at. And it looks like Rick Walker may be about 2 laps down, but he is following Scott Hunsinger when he goes in the pits and so forth. So look for those 2 to be teammates to the end here.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, I just want to remind everybody, ETV Live, always under beta test, so bear with us with this chat room over here. I know it logs you out, but I know everybody's listening in, so just to go ahead and log right back in again. I promise we will get it fixed. This chat room was kind of an emergency thing here a few months back, and we've just never had to give it a whole lot of attention. Been busy with lots of other things, so hey, just keep on logging back in and we'll be just fine. 53 laps in the books. Question number 4 has been put out there. We'll get Jason to put the link up one more time here. Jesse James, he broadcasts right here live on ETV Live, Thursday Night Thunder, Road to the Pro. And tell you what, he's got a nickname around the corral here. What is it? And we'll get your answer posted and announced later on during the post-race show. So question number 4 already out there.
Yeah, I tell you, a great trivia question, JD. I'm keeping an eye on our leaders, 57 and 67. They have an 8-second lead by short pitting, and tell you what, that is a huge lead, and they're still doing the 2-car tango, extending that lead out, guys.
You bet that 2-car tango last time around turning 50.899 laps. Now you compare that to Mark Johnson sitting in 3rd. He's 51.057. He's got himself into a 2-car tango here as well. But I tell you, that's just exactly what we were talking about. 2 cars getting hooked up, able to put it together and close the distance. Barnes and Motzenbacher doing a Class A style here at Talladega. Hey, we want to mention HD Radio Network along for the ride tonight, simulcasting the broadcast. Always having a good time with those boys, Phil and Steve and Kevin and everybody. Of course, a number of them in the house tonight. That's the boys from Enough World over there. So HD Radio Network, thank you for providing the pre-race entertainment for us. And, of course, the simulcast here on the HD Radio, Enough World Radio. So having a good time up here in the booth. We've got Greg Smith and Jason Lawson along for the ride tonight. They're both from Viper Technologies. The big one up for grabs. And if you haven't yet, we'll get Jason to put that link up there. And you need to get over there and figure out who's going to win this race here tonight. Get your car number posted and get it in. I believe we're probably going to shut that down around lap 70, and we'll be good to go. So if you're thinking about it, you know who's going to win it. You got a good idea. Type the car number only, when you go over there and push the old submit button. And somebody tonight is going to win that 600 SR gaming chair, guys.
And very, very nice looking chair. Tell you, I think it's one of the best ones I've seen out there, JD. So somebody's going to be very lucky to win that chair. But right now, on our race, everybody's chasing the 57 of James Barn and 67 of Eric Motzenbacher. They have an 8.3 second lead out there. And there is actually only 3 cars within 10 seconds of our leaders, guys.
You bet. Back here in 5th position, Scott Hunsinger, Bob Ingalls trying to put something together. Bob Ingalls, as you recall, picked up a green flag on the last restart. That was way back around lap 15 or so. So I'll tell you what, trying to get it hooked up here. But, you know, closing the distance, they got to stay in that 2-car tango and keep it nice and steady as she goes as they wind the laps down. 57 of them in the books here at Talladega, scheduled for 85 on the board tonight. And I'll tell you what, you want to watch this race again? Well, you can. Right over at etv-eplay.net. Like I said before, it's a corn dog and Corona party. Tell you what, you can download them, watch them on the site, burn them off to a DVD, cowboy, and watch them at your leisure. So etv-eplay.net. And not a whole lot of action out here on the track. Guys in 2-car tango, they're switching positions. Remember we talked about that? They got to keep those cars from overheating, so every once in a while they'll exchange positions.
You know, JD, I want to tell you about a company as well called MTCO.com, gaming servers. Jerry Wolf is the man to contact over there. So $49 a month, no contract, no setup fees, and dedicated servers. Guys, guys are going to get over there and get signed up over there and don't get left behind. Tell you, there's folks over there at MTCO, heck of a crew over there. Jerry Wolf, heck of a guy to deal with. Excellent outfit they've got going over there. Class A situation, JD, and awesome guys to deal with.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, a lot of guys asking for where's that second camera tonight. Folks, that's kind of a freebie every once in a while here at ETV Live. There's no telling when it's going to be up. That's actually Jerry Wolf. He's the one that works the remotes for us. Tonight he's got the night off. He's enjoying a little bit of time with his family tonight and supposedly watching the race tonight. But you know what? Everybody enjoys a little bit of free time. So if Jerry Wolf's in the house, hope you're having a good time. But in the meantime, back out here on the track, I'm watching Jason Inch in 5th position down here, trying to get something going here. He's got the 68 and 34 down there on the bottom as well. And these 2 guys up here on the top is going to, you know, trying to get something hooked up and get it moved forward here. Bob Ingalls, Jason Inch, all these guys back here, like you said, Tracy, about 8 seconds back. So I tell you, as these laps wind down, lap 60, we've only got about 25 laps left. So, you know, a lot of time left, but I tell you, you know, they got to be able to close the distance here pretty quickly.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're out there stinking up the show right now, JD, but looking back at here, Scott Hunsinger has closed up that gap. They are now 7 seconds only behind our 2 lead cars, but tell you what, he's getting a great push from his teammate in the 68 there, Ricky Walker. Those 2 cars are hooked up, taking some time out of our 2 leaders, so maybe by the time we get here, there's no caution, those two cars will close that gap, and we'll have a good, real close race for a win tonight.
Yeah, let's hope so. And I'll tell you what, you know, looking down through the point schedule, we were talking about them earlier. You know, a number of our contenders up here in the top 10 are pretty much out of the race, if not cycled to the back here. Craig White, unfortunate night for him. Ricky Jenkins was sitting third in the points, up 8 positions this week, guys. Unbelievable. It was him that blew the tire on the first green flag to start of the race, and unfortunately set him, I believe, I think he's might have been having to put it up on the wall and out of the race tonight, but having a tough night for a lot of these guys. Brian Barton, Helgate Gravemeyer. So a lot of these guys up here in the top 10, difficult night for them. And newcomers, James Barnes, Motzenbacher up here, Scott Hunsinger. I'll tell you what, these boys are going to enjoy the night tonight.
Absolutely, JD. And, you know, I was just wanting to comment on what Tracy said a little earlier. Scott Hunsinger, 7.5 seconds behind Eric Motzenbacher. Been watching that very closely. Just crossed the start-finish line, and he's narrowed it down to about 6.5 seconds. Scott Hunsinger is in that group that's back there with about 4 to 6 cars, and you've only got James and Eric running the 2, so that big crowd is coming. Dwindling down the laps here, it's going to come down to a close race toward the end here, so we're getting ready to see some things happen.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they're doing a great job, and I tell you, we got that damaged car pushing Scott Hunsinger. Amazing, them 2 cars. There must be just they must have put a lot of practice on out there on the track, getting that 2-car draft down pat. Unfortunately, his 68 car, his teammate, took that damage earlier. They're not affecting them to cut down that lead, as they have cut it down now to 5.7 seconds out there, guys. I tell you, they're chewing it up and chewing it up fast.
Absolutely, and Tracy, that's going to be Mark Johnson in the number 15 car running third, with right behind him giving that push is Jason Inch driving the number 31 machine, closing that gap in at 5.5 seconds.
Yeah, guys, I tell you, our leader just made the switch out there, put from Motzenbacher back out in front. James Martin moving up behind him, going to start pushing. I'm sure they're keeping an eye on that gap, and that gap right now with them making that change should really drop down to right around 4.5 seconds, guys, possibly 4.7. Look for them to lose about a second on the switch over. Yep, 4.3 seconds. That's how much time you gain on the leaders when they're making the switch. Going to make it an exciting race with our last. I believe we only have 20 laps to go, guys.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, question number 4, we're going to go ahead and slam the door shut on that one. So it's too late now. Go ahead and close that one up there, Jason. And we'll have the answer for you a little bit later on, and we'll announce the winners a little bit later. But question number 4 for the Jesse James nickname, we're going to go ahead and slam the door on that one. So that's it for the free giveaways here tonight, the $25 certificates. The only one left, the big one. That Viper 600, V600, gosh, remind me what it is again. The 600 SR gaming chair, guys.
Read your script, man.
Yeah, read my script. Where's, you know, I got so many papers on my desk, I tell you. You know, we had a late meeting last night with these guys from Viper Technologies. Got up this morning, had another couple-hour meeting with them, and trying to get things together and get them ready for the race here tonight, but kind of last-minute deals. But it's working out, and I'll tell you what, looking over here in the chat room, Kelly, how you doing tonight, my friend from HD Radio Network? I know who you are, but again, hello to Gabriel. I see D-Racer in the house, Donkey still there, Dennis C. hanging out, my little buddy from Costa Rica, Christian, hanging out over there watching the race, Davis Hessler in the house over there, and a number of others. And I tell you, this is probably the biggest crowd we have gathered in the chat room since the beginning. And Net73, Mike Koch, and of course Mama D always hanging out over here too. But heck of a night here tonight. A couple of cautions, took out a number of good cars tonight, boys. But I'll tell you what, we may have a pretty good race to the finish here.
Yeah, we got three cars closing in up on our leaders, guys. I'm watching the 67 and 57. They're not getting hooked up like they were earlier. There's actually almost a car gap between them as Eric Matzenbacher is catching the draft off of the 16. 57 moving down to the low side of the track. Not too sure how these guys are trying to make it work. Getting wherever they speed they can. As a 3 of Craig White, a lap down, catching back up to him, guys.
Bet, and I think they're narrowing the gap down here. I'll tell you what, about a second and a half off here from Matzenbacher and James Bard. Here comes Johnston and Jason Inch, third and fourth position up here working together. So this ain't over yet, boys. As we got a pair of them going for the lead up here. They've caught the lead pack up here, guys. So it is now a race happening. Mark Johnson up on the outside as they try to get past the 67 machine of Eric Matzenbacher, and they go motoring right on past, Tracy.
Yeah, I tell you, they got theirs hooked up and motoring. Matzenbacher and Barnes got kind of hung up back there trying to use lap traffic. I do believe it slowed them way down. So they're going to have to get hooked back up to get back after Mark Johnson and Jason Inch out there. And I see somebody in the chat mention, do you think those two cars are going to make it on fuel? Matzenbacher and Barnes, as they stopped earlier than everybody else, guys.
I know that'll be the big question tonight. Of course, maybe we should have made that one of the trivia questions, but I'll tell you what, I'm more concerned about these guys lining up in a 4-car pack back here. That's going to slow them down just a little bit. So it could be anybody's game by the end of this thing. And we're on lap 69, so I believe this is going to be lap 70 coming around. So you know what? Time to slam the door shut, Jason, on the big one here tonight. We told everybody lap 70, and we close the door on the big giveaway tonight. So if you didn't get your pick for the win tonight, too late now. As we'll finish this thing off, we'll announce the winner during the post-race show later on. But right now here, boys, I'll tell you what, Mark Johnson out there in front. He's got Inch in behind him helping him out. They've been making the exchange here. Eric Matzenbacher, Scott Hunsinger giving it up here a little bit, but fighting back on the top, Tracy.
Yeah, I tell you what, getting help from his team, the 68 of Ricky Walker running up front, and Hunsinger pushes them by. The leader just needs a little more room to put Hunsinger in the lead using his teammate in that 68. Those two cars are moving fast. A 15 of Mark Johnson, a 31 Jason Inch, doing everything they can to hold on to that lead, running smooth, as our pack has grown pretty big here for the lead now, JD.
You bet, and I'll tell you what, just had a message passed to me from the garage down there. We were referring to that blown tire from Ricky Jenkins down there. Apparently he missed a shift, guys. Missed a shift. And that's what tore up the tranny and blew the tire, causing that big caution right there on the start of the race. So tough luck for Ricky Jenkins tonight, guys. And I surely, he wasn't looking for that to happen. But I tell you, still coming out to a pretty decent race here tonight. Mark Johnson, Jason Inch, Matzenbacher, Hunsinger. Hey, throw James Barnes in the mix up here in the 57. He's helping out. Harold Lowry, top 10, 16.5 seconds in back. Hopefully he can hang on to that and finish on the lead lap in the top 10. But we're still looking for a pretty good race to the finish here, Rick.
Absolutely, and I was just taking a look here. It looks like we got 9 cars that's sitting on the lead lap, and out of those 9, it looks like we got 4 that's almost 16.5 seconds behind this front group, and that would be Harold Lowry there. But this top group up here is running neck to neck, and I tell you, we've got a race, boys. We have got a race.
Tell you, JD, I was just looking at that top 10 of points. One of the questions we could have had is what 3 cars in the top 10 of points did not make it to the race tonight?
Yeah. I saw that, Tracy, and I kind of wondered myself, but I'll tell you what, this is going to be a pretty exciting race to the finish. 71 laps in the books here at Talladega. I'll tell you what, I need to go to the back and check out that buffet table one more time. So why don't we, real quick, step away, take a commercial break. We'll bring you the action back here live, ETV Live, Cowboy. It's the only choice. So don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Killing me.
Alrighty, welcome back, ETV Live, and this is the broadcast of the Talladega Speedway here. Where are we at? Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series. I'll tell you what, I just stepped out here for a minute, checking out the buffet table. I had to rush back, get my script in order here. But I'll tell you what, thanks for the comments over there in the chat room there. Jared Crawford, he's having fun watching the race here tonight. But I'll tell you what, setting up for a terrific finish here at Talladega, guys. I tell you, Mark Johnson, Jason Inch, Eric Motzenbacher, Scott Hunsinger. I tell you, Motzenbacher and Hunsinger, looking for possible pit stops out of these guys before it ends. 75 laps in the books, 10 to go here, Tracy. So what's going to happen up front?
You ain't going to see a single car hit pit road, JD, because at this point right now, if you pit, you're done. Because I do believe our two leaders is going to fuel for the finish. Look for that 67, 57, possibly maybe saving fuel, JD. Just drafting back there, lifting a little bit on that throttle. Could be the plan. I see the 34 of Hunsinger has got in front of his teammate in the 68 and has moved up behind that 57 of Barnes. So let's see if the two Oriole cars can hook up together, maybe try that outside line once again.
You bet. I'll tell you what, there may be some more strategy playing out down here. Remember, we talked about the two-car tango. It works better when you're two cars alone, but you get 3 or 4 of them in a pack. I'll tell you what, that slows you down just a little bit. So look for a slingshot type effort, possibly out of the two cars in back to come around the front two. That might take place, but I'll tell you what, we're about to end this thing in just a few more laps here. So I tell you, I'm looking forward to that finish.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. And I tell you what, once we get down to the last, I would say 3 laps, you're going to see guys working pretty hard to figure out their move and start it going. I see the 34-68 still trying to work on that outside move, but have no momentum at this moment to really push up front. Motzenbacher and Barnes look like to me they're just waiting those last couple laps. And here comes the 34-68, got a heck of a run on the outside, JD.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, the 68 car, Rick Walker, trying to hook it up here. He's got Motzenbacher out in front, trying to push him to the lead up here as they're working the draft.
You know, I want to say, JD, I've been watching Rick Walker and Scott Hunsinger. Scott has got a damaged car, and he knows it, and his teammate obviously knows it. A little earlier, it looked like Rick Walker was running in front of Hunsinger, and we got a lead change.
Whoa!
Oh!
That's
this sets
Walker
up
hanging,
a whole...
guys.
Oh, man, sorry to interrupt you guys there, but this is going to set up a whole new scenario out here as he dumps his teammate up here on the top, and he's taking off running for the lead. I'll tell you what, 77 laps in the books here. We still got quite a few laps here left, Tracy, but I'll tell you what, this is going to be quite the finish here at Talladega tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what changes we made right while Rick was in a middle of a thought. What a move. I am 34 of Hunsinger just barely had enough room to cut down in front of that 15. His teammate was actually, I do believe, still pushing him at that moment. So as we were at lap 80, 5 laps to go, we're going to see what these guys are planning and getting real close to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, this just proves my theory. I've always said, guys, it's not your teammate till it's 100 to go.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, this is going to set up quite the finish. I'm not quite sure what the strategies were, but I'm sure the spotters up there on the tower probably burning up the arrow eyes, cutting deals back and forth. That's the only thing that I can think is happening up there, Tracy. But I'll tell you what, we want to give a big thank you to Viper Technologies for joining in March with ETV Live here, and new sponsoring partner, and really having a good time just to talk to Jason while I was back at the buffet table back there. He's having a blast up here in the booth, guys. So, again, welcome along for the ride. Viper Technologies, both Greg Smith and Jason Lawson. But I'll tell you what, Scott Hunsinger, Mark Johnson, Jason Inch, Eric Motzenbacher, and I tell you, this is going to be quite the finish before this thing is over, guys.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, don't look now. We got the 30 of Luke Ouellette and the 6 pushing on the outside. Mike Casa, he's actually a couple laps down, guys, trying to help Luke get up there to the front in that 30. And I'll tell you, they're closing the gap as we're coming around here. We're going to have 3 laps to go when they cross that start-finish line, guys.
You bet. Time is running out, so I'll tell you what, we'll keep an eye on the leaders up here and see what happens. And this is for all the marbles, guys. On lap 70, we slammed the door shut. Somebody tonight is going to go home with one of those gaming chairs tonight, and I'm looking forward to that as well. But it's getting dicey up in front here. Lap cars are being passed by leaders up here, and I'll tell you what, new partner up here in front for Scott Hunsinger dumped his partner to the back here, and I'll tell you what, this may set up quite the finish here, and we're certainly looking forward to that. 3 laps to go here, Tracy.
I've been watching the 30 of Luke Ouellette getting pushed by the 6 of Mike Costa, doing a great job getting him up there as Barnes heads down pit road, guys, to get fuel. James Barnes in that 57 car having to get fuel.
Tell you what, guys, want to keep an eye on that 34 there. He's been running up front for a couple of laps. Now, remember, these cars will have a tendency to overheat a little bit, and that's why you see a lot of them swapping back and forth. So we're going to see if he can make it to the checkered flag up front. And I see him probably going to try to make it up front to the checkered flag, guys. The big question is that engine going to hold out for him?
You bet. I'll tell you what, this thing's winding down. A couple of laps left here to go at Talladega. As it looks like the 67 machine, Eric Motzenbacher sneaking up on the outside. This may be a pass to cool that motor down, Tracy. He goes past the 31. 31 cutting him a hole in there in between. 67 car stays up on the top, so this is the run to the finish, guys. This is it. We thought it was going to happen on turn 4 on the last lap, but it's happening now, Tracy.
Yeah, we got 2 laps to go. It's time to start making that move work, JD. Get up there and run for it, as we're going to have a side-by-side. We're going to come around and catch that white flag next time by. Try to make that run. Let's see how this run's going to stick as he's out there. Just needs a little more momentum, and looks like he's going to get it on the backstretch, JD.
You bet the fans are on their feet. I'll tell you what, this is the second time around. They come around again. There'll be one more to go. They cut down in front of the 34 car. This might be it for the night, guys. Scott Hunsinger to the front. Mark Johnson to the back here, guys. I'll tell you what, this might be the upset of the night right here, right now. Eric Mossenbacher takes his position up in front. Jason Inch right behind him as they cut down in front of the 34 car.
Yeah, Eric Mossenbacher had to make a move to the bottom there, JD. Jason Inch jumped down and actually got his fender down there. They actually touched with the 67 of Mossenbacher. They able to get back in front of it. They were on a white flag lap. 34 looking high. Got a bump to the 67. 67 is out of fuel, guys.
And a 3 wide up here. The 34 goes to the top. It looks like one of them's out of fuel, Tracy. Which one was out of fuel?
The 67, Eric Mossenbacher, just ran out of fuel, guys.
Oh, bad news for Mossenbacher. In the meantime, the 34 car, Hunsinger, up there on the outside. He's out of fuel, guys. Isn't going to make it. That's going to put Jason Inch out front in that Caterpillar machine coming off of turn 4. This is the final. This is it, guys.
Watch Mark Johnson, guys. Mark Johnson on the 15. He's going to be trying to make a move around Jason Inch. Jason Inch is blocking. Don't think he's going to have time. Looks like it's going to be Jason Inch. Going to be checker flag tonight, guys.
Jason Inch taking the trophy home tonight from Talladega Super Speedway, the Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series, right here. It's veteran sim racers. I'll tell you what a finish. And I tell you, you know what? I wonder if crew chiefs aren't jumping off their chairs up there and hightailing it for the hauler, as they're probably a little bit embarrassed. A couple of them on the lead lap up here, up in front, Tracy, running out of gas.
We seen Barnes head in for fuel. Mossenbacher decided, really not a lot to lose. I'm going to go for it. Just ran out of fuel, heading through corners 1 and 2. Really, tell you, looking at 3/4 of a lap fuel loss. It's probably less than a gallon, guys. And did I tell you what? Great job by Jason Inch to get up there and take that win, guys.
Absolutely. I tell you what a race here tonight. A couple of big cautions early. Back on lap 1, of course, right around lap 12, took out more than half the field, guys. So we've only had, I'm looking at about, I think 8 or 9 cars finishing on the lead lap here tonight at Talladega. But Jason Inch taking the big one home tonight. Bigger news yet. Who's the person in the chat room that typed in number 31 for their pick for the win tonight for that gaming chair from Viper Technologies? So hopefully we'll have somebody who did select the number 31, and we'll get you that information here a little bit later on in the post-race show. But I'll tell you what a race here tonight, Talladega boys, as Jason Inch burns them off with whatever fuel he might have left. And that number 31 Caterpillar Chevrolet, we're going to go ahead and step away and get ready for the Harold Lowry Super Speedway post-race show here at Talladega. So, hey, cowboy, don't wander off. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back live here at Talladega Super Speedway. Is everybody getting together here? Tracy, you're working on getting everybody advised. So I tell you what, for the win tonight, Jason Inch, and I tell you what a race tonight, Jason. Tell us about your ride.
Oh man, this car was absolutely amazing all night. I hooked up with Mark Johnson about after the second caution there. We pitted, come back out, and just for some reason, our 2 cars just flowed like water, man. It was unbelievable.
Tell you what, you had a pretty good threat coming from Scott Hunsinger and Eric Motzenbacher and a couple others out there, but the old gas tank ran dry on a couple of them. That kind of put you in the catbird seat. Were you aware of that?
I had no idea that guys were that close to the fuel, and just when I was pushing Eric, and all of a sudden he just went high, and I just kind of like, what's going on here? And I'm in the lead, and I just, oh, buddy, I'm tickled pink right now.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, you were sitting 10th in the point, slipped down a notch coming into the race tonight, and this could possibly move you up a couple for a good finish for the season.
Yeah, look forward to that, man. It was an unbelievable season here. It was my first official season with this league, or with this team, and I'm telling you, man, just can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, and you know what, I'll tell you what, Jason, something else that you may or may not be aware of, the 31 car winning tonight, you could be responsible for giving some lucky winner tonight the chance for a one of these Viper 600 SR gaming seats from Viper Technologies, and if they chose your car to win, so we'll be looking forward to that. But any shout out out there you want to give, Jason?
Definitely to my wife. I'm telling you, man, top of the world right now.
All right. An emotional night it is here at Talladega, but congratulations on the win again here tonight, taking the big one home from Talladega. And I'm going to throw the microphone on down just a couple of other notches here. Mark Johnston, second place finish tonight, standing by with Tracy Robinson.
Yeah, I'm down here with the 15 of Mark Johnson. Great job. Tried to make your moves at the end, but the 31 did a great job of mirror driving. Tell us about your race tonight.
Whew, it was fun. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I want to congratulate Jason. He did a great job, and he's right, man. Our cars just seem to hook up together. I mean, it's not the first time we've drafted together. Just kind of ended up together at super speedways, but we always seem to run good together. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys came down from a fairly big deficit to catch back up the leaders. Yeah, you were hooked up and going. Is there any thanks you'd like to give out tonight?
Yeah, I want to say thanks to Cadillac Racing, and I definitely want to say thank you to Jason for pushing me like he did, or else I wouldn't have been up front like that. And it was my pleasure to. I couldn't pass him. I wanted to, but I just didn't have the momentum. So all I could do was push him across the line, and I was very happy to see him get the victory.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks to ETV. Thank you very much, guys.
Congratulations to 15 Mark Johnson, second place finish tonight. And I'm going to throw it over to Rick over there. You've caught up with our third place finisher, Scott Hunsinger.
Absolutely, and Scott Hunsinger, you came in the race today qualifying second place. You ended up with a third place finish. Looks like you and the number 68, Rick Walker, was giving you a little help there a few laps ago. Tell us a little bit about it there, Scott.
Yeah, early in the race, my teammate Jeremy Bazemore, he fell out, some kind of technical difficulties, I guess, and I was fortunate enough to find Rick there, who was willing to help me out. So we just got hooked up, and he was able to push us back up to the leaders, and we thought we'd just ride around and see what we could do at the end.
Fantastic. Now, in that early skirmish we had at the very beginning of the race, we had a couple of the big ones that happened out there. Now, did you suffer some damage on one of those incidents?
Yeah, on the second one I had to go in and get some repairs done, and I was able to stay on the lead lap. So I wasn't quite sure how it was going to run after that, but it seemed to do well enough at least to stick with them.
Fantastic. Scott, you know, you had a lot of people standing up in the stands when you swung by and took the lead there, and you stayed out in front. Now, what about the temperature of the car? Was it getting on up there up in the lead as long as you was?
I don't know. My temps were fine. Like I said, I was fortunate to have Rick push me a lot of that, so I was in the lead, keeping it cool. So I didn't have that problem too much.
Fantastic. Well, Scott, anybody out there you want to thank?
I think my wife and the children, and BDR Motorsports, my teammates, ETV, VSR. Thanks a lot.
Fantastic. Well, Scott, we congratulate you on your third place finish here today. You drove a heck of a race, and we'll talk to you soon. But I'm going to throw the mic back up to JD. I believe he's got somebody very special we want to talk to.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, before we get to that, we're going to go ahead and announce the winner for the big one here tonight. And I'll tell you what, let's let Jason give that news out. Oh, that Jason. All right. I believe, Jason Inch, I believe you got some information for us.
I got some information for us. I'm not sure about that.
Okay, maybe I'm getting the wrong message here, but I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and do it this time, and we'll catch you next time. But the big winner tonight is going to be Jeff Hollingsworth. He's the winner of that gaming seat tonight. So I'll tell you what, Jeff Hollingsworth, if you're still in the house over there, you're the one, dude. So I think you've probably already got your name and phone number and address and all that good stuff over to Viper Technologies. So I'll tell you what, congratulations, Jeff Hollingsworth, for picking the number 31 Jason Inch to win the big one here at Talladega tonight. But I'll tell you what, Harold Lowry is in the booth with us tonight. And guys, you know, we owe this man a great deal of thanks and gratitude, especially all the guys from Veteran Sim Racing, but especially from us here at the ETV Live. I know Harold, he gets out there every day. And I'll tell you, tonight, with a good finish under his belt, 4th place finish, top 5, Harold. What was your race like?
It was great, I tell you. You know, it was just a hell of a lot of fun. I had Patrick Willman behind me pushing and kind of coaching me all the way, and you know, keeping me calm and you know, just keep me heading the right direction. Man, it was a great race.
Outstanding. I tell you, you know, you've been hooked up with these guys for some time, and I know you're a great friend with the ETV Live. And even able to hook up with John Wessling, our producer, once in a while. And you know, we're glad to have you along for the ride. As you know, you're an honorary member of the team here on ETV Live. But I'll tell you, you know, this live broadcasting stuff, it's pretty interesting, isn't it?
It's really great, and you guys do a great job. I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to race with, or a better group of guys to broadcast our races. You guys do a hell of a job. What can I say? I've told you that before when we weren't talking on live TV, and I still think that. So what goes around comes around. You guys are good, man. You'll get your due. And I don't plan on going anywhere for a while, so we'll be doing this some more.
Outstanding. I tell you what, having a blast up here in the booth, and Harold, you've got a standing invitation. Anytime you want to come through the door, be more than welcome. Just climb the stairs and come on in and take a seat. But I tell you what, guys, you know, we're going to wrap it up here from Talladega Super Speedway. And Tracy, I'll come to you first. What a night tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, it started out pretty rough out there with that blow up there, and then lap 1 had a couple big ones. But I tell you, these guys made up a huge difference, come back up to the front and take the win, the 31 of Jason Inch. Really tough luck for the 67 and 57 of Motzenbacher and Barnes, as they both run out of fuel. And but I tell you what, great finish of a race. Thank you to the Viper, the VTech guys coming in here and bringing that beautiful chair. Thanks for joining us, and I'd like to throw it over to Rick.
Hey, I tell you what, this Harold Lowry Super Speedway Series is something that I tell you, these folks, you guys put on a show, Harold, and I tell you, we are so excited to be a part of you guys as well, and just had a great time here today, up and down in my chair. And JD, I tell you what, I told you when we come in here we're going to see one heck of a race, and we did.
I tell you what, you're absolutely right. And again, thanks to Jason and Greg, Jason Lawson, Greg Smith from Viper Technologies, and the seat that we gave away tonight. It's a good relationship we've got going with these guys. And Jason, did you have a good time tonight?
Oh, heck yeah, man, that was a blast. I'm still trying to catch my breath.
All right.
You had to run all the way from the pit wall all the way up to the booth. I mean, come on, give the guy a break, and then you locked the screen door. Tracy had to run. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was something like that.
All right, and Greg, we never did get to you, but my friend, we're going to give you the last word here. Your thoughts?
Oh, I'm tickled to death. I mean, I figured the drivers would be more excited than I am, but it ain't the case for me. I'm just trying to catch my breath with all this and, make sure I'm with everybody there in the chat and giving them the support they need. And, I mean, it's just definitely a great relationship what we got going on here, and we definitely want to proceed with further events with ETV and make this something, that's spectacular every event night we can.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, that noise you hear from Greg is actually the wind rushing by the windows. He's trying to make his way out of the parking lot. We had an absolute packed house tonight, Cowboy. And I tell you, you want to catch some more racing? It's coming your way. Just a little bit here. Sunday night, Road to the Pro with Jesse the Outlaw James. You don't want to miss that action. 9 o'clock p.m. right here live on ETV Live. We'll try to get Jason back in the house again for that one. Halls on Post, All-Pro Final Series, broadcast series at Atlanta. You don't want to miss that action. About 8:40 p.m. over at the Nation right here live on ETV Live. And then I'll tell you what, the big one coming your way, the Viper Technologies Nationwide Series happening here on Tuesday nights for the next 33 weeks. This all starts on Tuesday night, February 21st, 8 o'clock p.m. live on ETV Live. And then back to Jesse James and his crew over at Thursday Night Thunder. So tons of racing coming your way. ETV-eplay.net. Click on the schedule link over there. Put them on your calendar and save the time as we're going to have a wonderful season here on ETV. So I'll tell you what, for Jason and Greg from Viper Technologies, Rick and Tracy, John, the bad boy Westling, couldn't do it without him, Mark and Scott and all the rest of them right here, Veteran Sim Racing, we're going to say good night, and we'll catch you boys next time.